Hello everyone. So we're back at the 68 Mustang again. This time I'm going to show you how to put the entire headlight assembly together. So you have basically the front fender and then the fender extension, which you see already mounted there. And there's a couple of adjuster screws. Let me move this. One adjuster screw here, another adjuster screw here, and a spring right there. And there's the headlight bucket, but for some reason Mustangs call them headlight bowl, like a cereal bowl. Looks like this. And for the 67 and later Mustang, the left and right side is different, but the 65 and 66 both sides are the same. And there's this trim ring. Well, it's not really a trim ring, it actually holds the light in, so it's important. And this is the same for 65 to 68, and I think even the maybe 70 and some of those newer ones. This one I got, I actually had it was broken, so I welded it back together. I used the wire welder on the weakest setting to do that. This is very thin material. A little surprised it didn't burn through, but it worked. And I didn't even use argon, I used the flux core wire. And need the headlight, of course. It's just a regular Walmart headlight. And then this is the beauty ring. This really doesn't do anything, it's just covers up some screws and stuff, makes it look good. And I got the hardware kit. So the hardware kit you can't probably see too well, but it includes various screws and things on the ground and some plastic pieces. Okay, so first I'm going to put the plastic piece in, and already I replaced these two screws. It actually came with some more parts. Included this piece. This is the piece that the long screw goes in, and it's held in with these two fine threaded self-tapping screws you see here. So that could be confusing. You might put these screws into the wrong spot and ruin the thread or something, but when you look at your whole kit, the ones that are fine threaded go here. But to put this in, you'd have to take this whole bucket off, and it looks like I have to take the fender off to get those bolts out, so I'm going to just not use this. I just use the bolt that was in it and put it in there and there. There's two of them. Two of them for this side, two of them for the other side. The kit I got does both sides, the left-hand passenger side headlight, this hardware kit. And then you'll see some of the screws in the kit have this flat shape head. So the head's really flat, and it goes in the trim ring. See how that fits great? That's the flat one there. And then these screws have a little rounded head, and they go in the chrome ring I showed you earlier. Okay, let's get started. So I picked these out already, and some were broken. So let's put them in. You got 3 of them. Just push it into the square. There's one. 2, 3, and then this spring came in the kit. I just put it in here. And oddly, the other side, it had a little hole, so you could hook it into the hole. But this one doesn't have a hole, it just has 2 little fingers. And I noticed that other side is actually a 67 fender, because it doesn't have this hole for the marker light. So it's probably the 68 part of this fender extension has no hole, just a groove in the back. And then we put the bucket in. I bought this new. I tried to find some cheap used ones, but they were same price as this. And see, it's got a LH left hand. So left hand, right hand is always when you look at from the back of the car. And we need to hook the spring into that hole. And then this slot goes into the slotted neck of this screw. And same with this, goes into the slotted neck of this screw. I think I have an extra screw. I'll show you. So if you see how that has a little neck, so that goes into the slot of the headlight bucket or the headlight bowl. I also noticed the springs are a little different. See, this is the original spring. I had one on one side, but it was missing from the other side. And both sides look the same, right? Huh. But this one's got one side longer. So I'm going to put the longer side in. And then I'm going to put this in with these two shapes facing this way at the wire end. Put it in the slot behind the neck of the screw. Well, that's not good. This one's falling out. So I have to put it in from the back side, I think. Uh-oh, our spring fell. Oh, where'd it go? Okay, let's see. There's a... Okay, after lots of struggling, I got this piece back together, and everything I told you was correct. You can put that piece in backwards, and it fits fine. So now let's put the light in and the trim ring, or the retaining ring I guess you'd say. Looks like however the word is written, just if that is not upside down and looks like that's the correct way, and it fits just fine. That wire. Aha! Okay, got it. Now, can we put this on? This piece is not symmetric. So wow, pretty bitty. Alright, now we put these kind of screws in. I'm going to put little number 8 washers on them. I think that'll hold better. Didn't come that way, of course. We got one started. Get another washer. Oh great, got the other one started. That was easy. Last one here. Hey, got it. I think. Yeah, I got it. Okay. You can't tighten these very tight because they strip away easily. Oh, that's the wrong screw. Here we go. Okay, that's snug. And the adjuster left to right is this screw. And the adjuster up to down is this screw here, which is all pretty much impossible to get to. But that's alright. Lastly is this beauty ring. And line it up with your 3 pieces of plastic. And those you really cannot over tighten because it's plastic. We'll take the flathead screw like I said earlier. Number 2 Phillips, by the way. Number 1 wrong, too small. Got that one started. last one. Some of those other rings I had, this car, even though all this part was missing, it had the rings, and it had 2 extra rings inside. The 2 extra rings were bent, so I couldn't use it. Maybe I could straighten it, but it'd be difficult, I think. Okay, great, we're done. So the last thing, see these screws, the number, what's it say? Whoops. It says number 8, 1/2 inch. Don't know if you can read that. And these are pan head, and that's the ones that held the chrome ring on. And incidentally, these also hold the tail lights on of a 65 and 66 Mustang at the rear, so that's the same screw. And then the trim piece that we used, I may not have it here. Oh yeah, I do. Well, this is the wrong screw. Well, this says oval, and it says 8 by 3/4. 3/4 would work here, but for the 65 Mustang in the rear, you'd need 1/2 inch long. Anyway, while I was fidgeting with all this, I found something else. I got a visitor, looks like. Huh. What could be in there? Wow. The tortoise. You ever seen a tortoise run so fast? It's in a big hurry. Looky there. That's his defense mechanism. I tried putting him upside down earlier. He can actually flip over from that. Huh. If he's a little bigger, he'd make a good little, his shell'd make a good dip for cheese dip or something. Okay.